What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're celebrating 21,000 views on Chasing 200, my 200-mile ultramarathon documentary. As you guys know, my mom was there to crew me and support me through 83 hours of, tough trail. So yeah, let's jump right into it. Anything you'd like to say before we get started?
No, except we just did this.
Yeah, no, we literally just filmed for 30 minutes, and then my phone said storage full and deleted the entire video. So, yeah, let's take two real quick. All right, so first comment, best mom ever. That is true. All right, next one we have, love it. No over-the-top dramatic music and production. Just a love of a mother for her son and supporting him on an arduous journey. Really appreciate that, man. And, editing it took like weeks, and then it turned into months because I kind of just stopped editing it. But I was like, I have to get this video out, And now, 21,000 views later, it was clearly worth it. But I really appreciate that you enjoyed, kind of the truth behind it, and that it wasn't like some hyped up video that, it was just like, oh, I was out there crushing it, because it was slow, it was tough. That's how it really was for me. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. If more young people were like you, this world would be a better place. Your mom is amazing. Videos like this and people like you and your mom make me feel like there's still hope for a better world. Go for it. You are on the path to success and achievement in whatever you decide to do in your life journey.
Love it.
Yeah, man. The fact that my video, made you feel this way, it means the world to me, man. And, I hope you're right. That's crazy. I'm really blessed to know that it gave you hope for the world. I mean, that's pretty amazing. What do you think, Mom?
I think that's very amazing. And more young people need to be like you.
And more moms need to be like you, because I got the best mom out there. Hands down. Thank you, Sharon P., for sharing that comment. Absolutely amazing watch. You had my emotions coming out when you crossed the line, quickly followed by that smile, seeing you on the hotel baggage cart. I was so glad to cross that finish line as well. Yeah, that hotel baggage cart came clutch.
Classic. Yeah, we got back to the hotel. Seth couldn't walk, and I asked for a wheelchair, which they didn't have one. And so we got the luggage cart, and that was not planned, but it's super funny.
Yep, she pushed me in a baggage cart into the elevator up to the room until I could get into bed.
Next comment from Cosmonaut 9540. This was amazing, and Mom's wheeling you around the hotel at the end was perfect. Makes me wish my mom was still around. So hug her tight once for me as well.
Oh,
you hug me all the time.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, man, my mom's the best, and I'm so happy to have her. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm glad that it makes me happy that when I go do these ultra races, it helps bring my family together. And that's one of my favorite parts about it.
That is true.
Like, even my last 100-mile race, it just was a reason for everybody to come together. And it's good bonding time. Especially when JW, runs the last 10 miles with me to help me finish the race. I'm just like, damn, I'm so blessed and lucky to have my family with me. And especially in a tough time. That's when the bonding happens, you know what I'm saying? But at this ultra, it was just me and my mom.
Yeah,
so,
this one was tough.
But yeah, and we had some bonding time, you could say.
But no, your running definitely brings us all together.
Yeah.
Okay, Marco, 1. Priceless mile 197. Boy, you can hear the hurt. Amazing effort. Great job, Seth.
Appreciate that, man. And yeah, mile 197, as you saw in the video, I was limping with my leg tied and I was crying. Because after that long, grueling journey, I knew that I was only 3 miles away. And seeing the sign for Valentine, I was like, oh my God, I'm here. I was like, I've been waiting for this for 80 hours. And I was like, and it just made me so emotional. And I was like, all the times I thought about quitting and all that, I was like, I made it. Like, I was like, I'm here. Like, I made it. And that just made me cry. my body was breaking down because it was ready to be over. So I just let the emotion out, and I decided to record it so y'all could see how it really was. Good observation, and yeah, man, that was priceless. Thank you for the comment.
Okay, next one. Genesis Handyman LLC. Extremely inspiring to this 51-year-old runner. I wish I had fallen in love with running when I was your age. Go Seth, go Seth's mom. Stay hard. You don't know me, son.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate that I came across running at my age, because I used to like drink and smoke a lot, and it really gave me a good lifestyle change. And it's such a great tool for anybody. Whether you run 1 mile or 100, running can benefit anybody. I agree with the guy. I'm super blessed that I came across running so young. I love that, I can bring in an older crowd to relate to, and that I have some of an older audience. Like ultra running, it brings in an older audience because younger people don't usually run ultra marathons. Half of them don't even know what it is. I think it's so cool that I can connect with some older people, and I'm super glad that this inspired you. And thank you so much for watching. Stay hard, brother.
All right, next. Messy Moods, 6:44:2. I started this race with you, but unfortunately had to drop out around mile 113. My left leg had swelled twice the size of my right. I was unable to move fast enough to generate heat, and it was downright cold that night, 24 degrees and 25-mile-per-hour wind. I have to give you, all the finishers, and anyone who was crazy enough to toe the line, kudos. Thank you for documenting your experience and sharing. I hope to return this year to get my buckle. Stay hard.
When you say those winds and the cold was tough, I feel you, man, because in trying to generate heat, I feel that so deeply, because it was like I would jog and I'd start walking and I'd just be shivering. And you have 20 miles to the next aid station, and you're also tired, and it's freezing and brutal, and it was so hard. It was so hard. So I literally feel your pain, man. Just like you said, props to anyone who got to the finish line. That's the real win, is not being scared to not make it, and just towing the line and say, hey, I'm gonna try my best. And then I'm sure you learned a lot during that race, just as I did. So thank you for commenting. Appreciate you as well. Shout out to everyone who towed the line.
Okay, next one. Wink Tone. Great teamwork between you and your mom.
Appreciate that, man.
Thank you.
If I didn't have her with me, would have been a tougher race, and I don't know if I would have made it, because she got me through, and I'm so grateful and lucky to have her there.
James Goodrich 7. Congratulations, man. This was incredible, and I'm excited to watch your other videos. I'm running the Cowboy 100 as my first 100 this Saturday. So excited and nervous. So that was 6 months ago. So he's already run.
I hope the race went really well, man, and I really appreciate your support. And I hope you had a great race out there, man. Let's go see if he finished that race. Because that was 6 months ago. Oh snap, dude. James Goodrich, male from 20 to 29. He finished in 23 hours and 41 minutes. So, hey man, congrats to you. You're awesome, man. I'm super glad that you finished. That's a great time. Under 24 hours, man. Congrats to you, dude. Super glad you made it through. What do you think, Mom?
That's awesome. Great job. Okay, this is absolutely mental. 200 mile in one go is beyond insane. A multi-stage event with that mileage would have been amazing, but this is quite different. It takes the race out of an ultra race and adds a lot more of the ultra to it. The finish line must be so sweet after that one too. Greetings from Germany. Ich liebe dich.
What does that mean?
I love you.
Oh, okay. We love you.
Houston Aft Vernicker, 3785.
Yeah, dude, I think that's so cool that you guys are watching across the globe. And just this number right here, because most of my videos are maybe 1,000 views, if that. Like, I'm lucky to get 1,000 views. So when this blew up, I was like, wow, like, people are really watching, and they really are liking this video. I'm just so grateful for that. I think it's so cool. And how you said this is really the ultra. It shows that ultra in the race is very true, because it wasn't like I was out there running and crushing it and like going for first place. I barely made it under the cutoff time at 82 and a half hours out of 84. So it was very close. after all that time on the trail. And, I'm glad that it really showed like how slow these races and how long they can really take. So I'm really glad you got that from this, and I really appreciate you watching from across the globe. Taylor Michael, good stuff, dude. Keep pushing yourself in life. Stay close to your mom always, and whatever you do, stay away from drugs and alcohol. You'll go far. Appreciate that, man. Definitely plan to keep pushing. Always gonna stay close to my mom no matter what, because I couldn't live without her. And yeah, that's good advice. Stay away from drugs and alcohol. Yeah, I agree with that. Sober mindset, baby. Let's go. Paul Johnson. Seth, you are the best. It was awesome meeting you in the middle of Sunday night during the coldest section between the pool hall and Lone Pine. Yeah, man, that section was tough. And I just remember like me and Paul were like leapfrogging each other. I think he finished hours ahead of me though. But in that section we were playing leapfrog. I just remember like meeting him briefly, and we just were in that pain cave together. Just because out there on the trail, it's just lonely, it's just dark and cold, and that's really all there is to it. Paul Johnson is a beast. This guy's around 55 years old, I believe, and he's out there running multiple 200-mile races. He's an absolute beast, and I really think that shows you what you're capable of and what's possible, with the correct mindset. Because he's older, much older than me, running way more than me, finishing 200-mile races at a faster time than me. So I just think when people put an age on it and all that, I just think it's like, I'm just like, well, look at this guy. He's a tank, man. Dude's a beast, man. So shout out to you and also your wife that had such a great high spirit and, goes and crews you out there. It was super cool to meet you guys. And I hope you all are doing well.
Yeah, she was amazing.
Okay.
And I think he's older than that, but doesn't look it, but I'm just saying.
Get It Done says, awesome job, bud. I'm proud of you. Appreciate you, brother. K Donor says, this is in my neck of the woods. Thanks for sharing your experience. Hey, thanks for letting me come and visit, and I appreciate you watching and your support. Keith says, well done, mate. Awesome job. Your mom is amazing. So much respect for both you guys. Love from Ireland. Shout out to you, man. Like I said, it's crazy that people around the globe are watching my stuff. I really appreciate that, dude. And yes, my mom is amazing, and I am so lucky to have her.
And we are part Irish.
According to who?
McLaughlin.
Huh? Who's McLaughlin?
My mom. My mom.
She's from Ireland?
Her parents were.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
McLaughlin.
Shoot, we might be related, brother. Felice Gear says, wow, just wow. You are such an inspiration. Thanks for sharing your 200-mile journey with us. Felice, thank you so much for all your support. Felice is a member of the Run Club at Fleet Feet Round Rock, and she has such high spirits, good vibes. She only uplifts people. So I love Felice. She's awesome. Keep encouraging others and just doing you. I think you're an awesome individual, and I really appreciate your support, and I'm blessed to have you as a friend. Bit of Business says, great video. Love the uncut, raw check-ins without music, etc. Really captures the feel and pace of an event like this. So many docs I've seen, like documentaries, I've watched that jump from mile 1 to 90 in like 20 seconds. Yeah, man, I agree with that. To really like show how it really is running these ultras is kind of hard to do, because you want to hype it up and show like how awesome you are and all of that, but at the same time I want people to know what I went through out there. So, and I wish I even had some more footage. I appreciate that you appreciated me kind of putting out how this race really went, other than just like hyped up music. So yeah, I really appreciate that, and I appreciate your support. Sam is 9856 says, amazing documentary. My wife and I watched it together, and we are always amazed by you beats out there. Stay hard.
Sweet.
What does beats mean?
Did you wear beats?
No, she said by you beats out there. So he's calling me a beat. But I'm guessing that means like, tough people, gritty people is what I'd say. And they say stay hard. Stay hard to you, brother. And I really appreciate you and your wife watching. I think that's so awesome. Amy says, love how polite you are to your mom. Great family team effort and amazing accomplishment. Well done. Thank you so much. I do try to be polite to my mom. Sometimes I get a little snippy and demanding, but she makes me feel comfortable that I can talk to her that way, and that's why we have such a good connection and how we work so well as a team.
And
what do you think?
You are very polite, and when you're not, you apologize. And that's important because we all make mistakes. But you always say you're sorry, so it's all good.
Curtis says, love the ending. Never considered using a luggage cart to get around. Brilliant. Great stuff. Thanks for sharing. Yeah, man, I love the ending too because it was a long day out there. And yeah, the luggage cart came in clutch because once my mind was done, like my body was done. So yeah, I was like, really don't feel like walking up those stairs at all.
And laughing is always important. That was very funny. We laughed the whole time.
Mary White says, amazing, well done. Also, what a polite young man.
True.
I really appreciate you watching, and I'm glad that I gave you that impression.
And it's true.
Duckling08 says, you know you're almost 2 miles in when you start talking to cows. Yeah, on that last 25-mile section, and I looked at him and I said, stay hard. And I was probably like, who's going to carry the boats? Because Goggins inspired me to start running. Staying hard is pretty much just trying to really find out what you're capable of and trying to find your best self. You know, that's really what it's all about. No matter what you're doing, whether you're running or you're reading, studying, you know, etc., just being the best that you can with what you have. So yeah, that's why I really love Goggins. But yeah, I was just trying to hype myself up, and I thought it was funny to yell at the cows too. And then she commented again and said, great job, your mom is so wonderful. Thank you. And yes, she absolutely is. Some Skill Studio said, awesome job. I grew up in that part of Nebraska and plan to do this race someday. I live in Pflugerville now, and I get my shoes from Fleet Feet in Round Rock. I'm subscribed now, and I'm excited to see what you do next. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I think that's so cool that you live in Nebraska and now you're in Pflugerville. So like, that's crazy because like that's pretty much where I stay now. And thank you for grabbing your shoes at Fleet Feet in Round Rock where I currently work. If you ever need any help, just let me know. So cool, and I can see why you moved to Texas.
No comment.
Good job, man. Absolutely legendary stuff. The ending shot was great. Really appreciate that, man. And yeah, it was a good moment for me, man. It was crazy. Laura Anderson, definite beast. Excel with the flex emoji. Shout out to my
auntie.
Shout out to my aunt Laura. She's always supported me on my running journey. She's been like one of my number one fans. And you know, we're always repping Brave Like Gabe out here, man. I remember that one shot. I don't remember. It was the best aid station. They had like bacon, and it was like a mobile home with like a shower. So I actually got the shower, and that felt so refreshing. And I remember just my adrenaline was up because I was just like, I'm not quitting, you know? And even though I was like hurting and in pain and, you know, etc. And then I was, you know, showing my Brave Like Gabe logo. Because through all these races, you know, I think about Gabriel, Abby, and Jordan. I always like to believe that they're with me. And rest in peace, you know, for real. We miss y'all.
Yep.
Trail Runner Troy says, excellent, Seth. What were you thinking?
That's what Dad says all the time. What are you thinking? What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
And it's funny because this dude, Troy, he ran the race with me. And we actually got to talk. When I met him, I was on this section as the sun was going down and it was getting colder. And I was laying down on the trail, taking a trail nap. And then I remember like just hearing someone go, because he was kind of like shuffling as he was running. And I remember I got up, and also I remember my camelback was leaking all over me, so my back was wet and it was cold, and that was horrible. So, and then I remember like just hearing, and I was like, and then so I decided to get up, and then as we like were approaching to the aid station, we were talking, and he told me about one time he was out walking with his dog, and you know, a mountain lion confronted them, and he was like, oh snap. And then like they kind of like just walked back, and he luckily got away. But yeah, that dude's a tank. He also is a big ultra runner. Troy, it was so great meeting you out there, and thanks for helping me get through that race. K Donor, you went right through my hometown. My sister told me about this event, but I don't think I'm up for it. Though I did run 3 marathons 3 consecutive days, the sleep deprivation intimidates me. Yeah, man, it can be tough with a little bit of sleep. But also you have some time to get some naps in for sure. You can do it. You can really do it. especially if you're tough enough to run a marathon every day for 3 days. You know, you got that dog in you. But that's so cool. Went to your hometown. Shout out to your sister, and thank you for your support. Someone says, love it. Love you. Emma Kate says, insane work, great job. Thank you so much, Kate. What does she look like?
Who cares what she looks
She has a ski mask on. Okay. Chris Titan says, hell yeah, dude. Congrats again. Appreciate you, brother. I see you out there putting in those miles. Keep it up. Marcos Otero says, went into the pain cave on this one. Good stuff. Marcos Otero is my ex's uncle. Super cool dude and a pretty strong runner, man. Appreciate you supporting the channel. And yeah, there definitely was a big pain cave on that one. Gruffy Didi 1000 says, well done. Amazing. Thank you. Megang says, great video. Coming up on my first 50 miler, and this just pushes me even more. Congrats on doing amazing stuff and staying so composed and tough. Hey man, I hope you got that 50 miler done, and I'm so lucky that this kind of inspired you. So thank you so much.
It's probably Megan.
Oh, Megan G. I like Megan better. Choose Adventure California Lifestyle says, just found your channel. Love this. Love that your mom was such a big part of this. Thanks, this is really inspiring. I did my first trail marathon and training for my first 50 miler. I want to go further someday, and stuff like this fuels the fire. Badass, thanks. I definitely subbed and following on IG. Wow, man. I'm super glad that this inspired you. Congrats on your first trail marathon. Hope that 50-mile training is going well. And yeah, man, keep on pushing it. And really appreciate you subscribing and following me on IG. Support means everything. Michael Goner says, absolutely great, man. Enjoy your power. Use your capacity to expand your limits. And love your mother. I love you, Mom.
I know. I love you too, buddy.
Yeah, right. Okay. I really appreciate that, man. And I am going to try to expand my limits. For sure. Johnny clearly says, brilliant effort. Well done. Appreciate you, man. Cameron Mueller says, amazing work, man. Congrats. Appreciate you, brother. Zermi says, love the Goggins quote, or BUA quotes. You know what that is? Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what BUA means. Anyway, you carry the boat and the logs. Pure cash shit. Thank you for watching, man. And yeah, man, stay hard. Eric Saar says, the Goggins effect. Great job, my man. Awesome support crew. Stay hard. Yeah, my support crew was amazing. Appreciate you. Stay hard. Manny Zubia says, yo, he's coming for 200. Yes, sir. Appreciate you for watching, Manny. Keep crushing out there. A log of miles. We still need to meet up for a run someday. C. Soko says, congratulations. That was just the beginning. Wish you a successful ultra running career. Kind regards from Vienna, Austria. Dang, man.
Wow. Austria.
That's crazy, man. That's 3 different countries already. Thank you so much for watching from so far away. And yeah, man, hopefully this is just the beginning, because I love to run. And I love to get out there and go far as possible, to be honest, though, even though it hurts.
We'd love to visit Austria.
Manny Zubia says, got me crying. Appreciate you, bro. I'm glad that it had that impact, you know. It had me crying too, I'm not going to lie. In Kunal says, what an achievement, Seth. Really inspiring to see you finish. Thank you so much. Ronnie Flo says, absolutely incredible. What a huge accomplishment. Thanks for sharing your journey. Shouting Voice says, good job. You inspired me. I had my first 100 mile this Saturday. I will follow your lead. Appreciate it, man. Hope you crushed that race. Super glad I inspired you, man. Easy Take Oven says, salute to you and your amazing mother. Nice work. Salute to you. Salute to you. User something something says, very well done. Lots of respect to you and your mom for an amazing journey together. Greetings from Israel. That's crazy.
We love Israel.
Like I said, crazy that people from across the world are watching. I don't even know what to say about that. So super glad that you're able to see this and watch this, and it reached you way the heck out there, man. Thank you for your support. Much love. Nate says, epic, stay hard. You too. Josh says, I'm about to do my first marathon, and this video is really motivating and inspiring. Good work. Pradi says, what a terrific feat, Seth. Me, a 100 miler, can't even think of it. All the best. Appreciate it, man. Justin Jones, world-class athlete. It's a little bit of a stretch there, I'm not gonna lie, but hey, thank you so much, man. Sasquatch says, well done. I hate space blankets too. Try the survival bivvies made from the same space blanket material, but it's a sleeping bag and it works. I carry that on all my backcountry adventures here in Alaska. In a winter race this year, negative 20 degrees, I got in that on the side of the trail and slept. Pretty warm. I have also seen people put holes in the bottom and wear them in a pinch. Okay. I'll definitely look up that survival bivvy, and thanks for the awesome advice, because during that race, that would have been amazing to have something to actually keep me warm, because I was freezing to death. Great post, looking to attempt in 2026. Hey, go get it, man. You got it. Wow. Thank you. Emma Kate, again. Wow, so inspiring. I'm 15 and was in a mental hospital for 3 months and gained 50 pounds. Now going to gym and training and trying everything to do with all this extra weight is a lot harder than before, and I can't even run a mile at this moment, but I'm working my way up as I used to love running and find it very freeing. But I hope soon one day I can lose this weight I gained from being fed meds and I can start running more and more. Kate, I'm glad that you're inspired. You know, gaining that weight, it's gonna be tough. You know, getting out there to exercise is gonna be dreadful. Just make a habit out of it and just force yourself to do it every single day. Sometimes you need a rest day. If you can just get out the door and just keep moving, sometimes do the minimum. If you can go past that, do that. But it's all about building the habit and just staying consistent, man. You totally got it. I'm glad that I reached someone younger too, because I reach a lot of older people. Just stay athletic, stay fit, stay away from alcohol, drugs, all that. Just keep exercising every day, and that alone will just take you really far. So thank you so much for watching, and I am super glad it inspired you. BFF Runner says, never underestimate how good a fresh pair of sock and shoes can change you during an ultra. That's for sure, man. After changing, it was like I was a new person. That was amazing. Eco Gator says, amazing documentary. Thanks for sharing. I'm considering running this race, and it was really helpful to see the trail and hear your experience. What month was the race held in? It was in November, and it was switched to September. But thank you so much for your support, man. And I'm glad that I was able to help you out. JT Leon says, great job. How many total hours did you spend at aid stations in sleep? At least 8 hours. The last aid station, my mom let me take a long nap. Longer than I would have preferred, but we finished the race and it was good. Because like I was thinking more like 3 hours and get moving, so I'm much ahead of the time. And then I woke up and the sun was up and I was like, okay, I've definitely been asleep for a little longer than I expected to.
You didn't spend much time though at aid stations. In general. You did not spend much time.
I mean, I spent a really good amount of time because I made it right under the cutoff time. Yeah, I did spend a good amount of time at aid stations, I'm not going to lie, in my opinion. Scott Carlson says, ride the same route. That's awesome, man. Got to hop on the bike someday. Muleman117 says, this is incredible. One question. What's the ice bath for prior to the race? The ice bath really just puts me in the mindset that I'm about to do something that's pretty hard, because the ice bath is pretty tough to me too. So I get in there, and then that tells me in my mind and body that, all right, something's about to go down. And this is going to show us our commitment. And also, when you take an ice bath, it takes all the blood from your legs. And then once you get out and you warm up, it helps blood flow a little bit better throughout wherever you are fully exposed to the cold. So it has that benefit as well. But mostly it's mental, just like me. Oscar says, real badass shit right there. Fucking double like this shit. Pacer of, what flag is that? Swedish. So Sweden?
Yep, Sweden.
And then there's a Sweden flag on that. So awesome that you saw it from way out there, and really appreciate, your hyped up comment, man. All right, then we have time reading 5005. This is awesome, Seth. Thank you so much. You look really fresh bagging the 200 smiles. A fantastic achievement. I also enjoyed your mom crewing you as mine did me. A great team together. Thanks again. Run on, brother, with love. Much love, man. Pretty cool that we share that in common. Our moms really keep us together and help us get across that line. Justin Ashworth says, who's going to carry the boats and the logs? Shout out to Justin, man. He's been our friend for a long time. Super nice dude, and we got to get some miles in sometimes, brother. We can get a quick 20-miler in, you know what I mean? Aiden Anderson says, I want to start, but what age would be fine too? Let's see what I actually replied. Any age is fine. Straight up. You don't have to run 100 miles. Go start with 1 mile, you know? Start with a loop around a track. And then increase that, push your limits, and go from there, man. All right, guys. So now that we got all those comments over with, I thought it was never going to end. Holy crap. 140 comments that were all so nice and spectacular. Thank you so much. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
21,000 views.
Lots of love, no hate. No hate.
Yeah, no hate, man. No hate. That's crazy. I've had some haters before. We'll have to get that video going sometime. All right, now we're going to jump into some questions that my friends Candy and Derek Baker made for me to hear more details about the race and to give y'all more insight on my mindset.
What made you decide to jump to a 200-mile race?
When I first started running, I was inspired by people like David Goggins and Courtney Dauwalter. And I remember hearing Courtney Dauwalter's story about Moab 240, how she smoked everyone in the field, including the men, by over 10 hours. And I just was like, what? Like 240 miles at Moab 240? Like, that's insane. And, I remember the first time thinking that, and I was like, I could never run even 40 miles. And then I showed myself over time. I did 50, I did 100. And I was like, the only way I'm going to do one, because I want to get that under my belt. I was like, I'm going to just sign up for it. Like, I was like, I want to do it while I'm young too. Like, I want to be young and say I've done this. So really it was just to further expand my limits and push myself. And also just the same reason why I started running and started sharing my journey with you guys is so that, like, even people that knew me in the past, that knew I used to like drink and smoke a lot and I wasn't the best influence, to show them that you can really turn it around, and also to just promote a healthy lifestyle to those same people and also anyone watching my journey.
Did you have resistance or negative feedback for doing such a long race?
I mean, resistance in myself, not really. Your mind can kind of get to you and overthinking it, but I really didn't overthink it. I was like, I'm going to just get to the start line and I'm going to go from there. But as far as like negative feedback, there's always that with ultra running. And it's just crazy because there's old people out here crushing miles more than me, and people are going to be like, it's so hard on your legs, that's going to get to you one day. Or they might be like, this dumbass is running 200 miles. Like comments like that. And just saying, you're going to get injured, blah, 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 blah. And it's like over and over again, I run these ultra marathons and I'm fine. I'm going to run until I need surgery. So when that time comes, I don't care. I'm gonna live my life the way I want to because I love running, I love pushing myself. And people do this. Nowadays, we take our cars everywhere. We used to walk and run everywhere. So like our bodies are just stronger than you think. You can do this and still stay healthy, regardless of what anyone says, because, me and other people that do this all the time are the proof. So yeah, that's how I feel.
Okay, how did you train for the 200-mile race?
My longest run was a 50-mile run. In training. I went to Austin, Lady Bird Lake. I did a 50-mile run, and I just ran as much as possible, to be honest. I knew that it was a pretty flat course on gravel. I got a couple 100-mile weeks in, and so I just ran as much as possible. I made sure I got that long run in of 50 miles. That helped me get it done. And it could have been better.
Did you sleep, and if so, how often? You kind of touched on that.
Yeah, I touched up on that last aid station. I slept for a good amount of time, and probably at least 8 hours, but most of the time I just jumped in the passenger side of my mom's car and just shut my eyes like this. I never was able to lay down comfortably, which is something I learned. So at upcoming ultras, I'm going to definitely have that set up so I can get in the car, lay down, and have a good nap. At mile 64, I sat there for 30 minutes, and I did that at pretty much every aid station, some a little bit longer. And then that last aid station, I actually laid down and got some sleep in the back of my mom's car.
Okay. Did you have any injuries? If so, what did you do to get through them?
I remember at mile 150, my knee just started hurting. And it was a weird pain. It just was a pulsing pain underneath my knee. I wasn't technically injured, but I definitely felt it. And what I did is I took the buff off my neck, as you could see on the mile 197, and I tied it around my leg like it was a tourniquet or something. And that was pretty much it. and it just was like an annoying sharp pain. But yeah, I just kind of wrapped it up, and I just pushed through it, man. I just kept going. There's nothing I could really do, and afterwards, I healed up really nicely, and I was not injured.
Can you describe the weather, trail layout, and the aid stations? Which they were kind of weird because it was very windy, and some of the aid stations like blew away. I mean, they had tents that blew away.
Yeah, it was super windy. So it was a point-to-point trail race, and it was like a gravel trail, mostly on the side of a highway. It was like basically every 20 to 26 miles was a manned aid station. And halfway between those, there was an aid station, but it was a water cooler with an electrolyte cooler on a table. And that was it. There was nobody there. So it was like every marathon you run, you'll see your crew. And that's where a manned aid station would be. So yeah, that was tough, man. That was super tough. Because when you get to like a water and an electrolyte cooler, you're not even thinking of that as like an aid station. You're just like, this is more like a checkpoint. Nobody's there. You're still alone. Nothing about that was exciting. It just made it feel like so long, to be honest.
Yeah. There was a few good ones, but... And the trail. Like, I thought you'd be seeing a lot of lovely scenery.
Mm-hmm.
But you weren't really. Running on the side of the road. And also, it was so windy, and there were no trees.
Mm-hmm.
So that surprised me. Like, I thought you'd be protected from the wind, but you were not. You were, like, exposed to the wind.
Yeah, my mom thought, like, it would be, like, this beautiful journey through Nebraska on the trail. And then she realized it was all on the side of the highway, right?
Yes, it was cold and windy.
Would you like to run it with that scenery?
No. No. And not at all. Did you have crew and pacers? No, just me.
I had just my mom.
And I didn't do much.
And she was my crew at each aid station. She did a lot. She went to the store, got me sweatpants, made sure I got food, helped me get sleep, everything I needed. But yeah, no pacers. And if I had pacers, it would have been ideal for sure. I do recommend pacers, especially 200 miles, and especially during the night.
Did you have a strategy going into the race? If so, did your strategy work? You really didn't.
My strategy, there really wasn't an exact strategy. I had a pace chart on expecting times, and I finished way after that. Like, I had this good idea of how I'd finish, and then that turned into let's make it past or under the cutoff. It was really just like take my time, don't overthink it, just keep moving. If you're going slow, it's okay. You have plenty of time. Just don't quit. That was my strategy.
Can you tell us about your nutrition for the 200-mile race versus a 100-miler?
Not a big difference, to be honest. I did take more gels than I ever have at this race, like goo, Huma, etc. And so I was just taking those like every few miles, and I probably took like 30 of them at least. I would recommend brushing your teeth because all that sugar in my mouth over 83 hours was just not good. So I had a bratwurst. I had those cheese quesadillas that girl made me. Shout out to you because that was amazing.
Thank you.
So,
wow.
And it was like eat whatever you can while you can. And I feel like during this race, my nutrition was horrible. I'm not even going to lie. Like this last ultra I did, 100 miler, I was able to eat like whatever and just eat a taco, like no problem. So my over these years I've spent running, my stomach has gotten stronger. So yeah, the nutrition was garbage. And the night before I probably ate like pasta or something. But yeah, it was really just like grit that got me through this race.
Did you doubt yourself at any point through the race?
Yes. At mile 64, 100K mark, I was like it was already getting tough. And I when I had 140 miles to go, I was thinking of quitting. That's just ultra running, and I was like, when I get to the car, I might just quit. Because I'm already going so slow, it's going to take too long, I'm not going to make it, blah, blah, blah. All these negative things, self-talk. But once you get to the car, you sit there and just take a little break, you'll feel a little bit better. And yeah, and this continued throughout the entire race. And all I knew is don't listen to that voice, keep moving forward. That's all there is to it.
What did you do to get through your darkest moments?
Like I said, I just was like, we're not quitting. Like, and there was nothing that I could think of that was going to give me this magic power to feel better, to get through it. I would lay down on the side of the trail with a space blanket, and I would feel like I'm freezing to death, and that didn't help. So the only thing I did was say, keep moving, you'll make it to the aid station, and you'll get to take a good break. Keep moving. That was it.
Did you experience hallucinations?
I did not. And all the ultras I've done, I have not experienced that. So hopefully one day, that'd be really cool.
No. Okay. What are you doing for recovery? How long does it take to bounce back?
I just try to stay off my feet, but also I walk. Like after one day, then I start walking around, making sure I have good cushiony shoes on that are comfortable, and then just keep walking around, a little bit more each day until eventually I might go jog a couple miles, and then just go from there. I didn't stretch really at all. That's all I did.
Last question. What is next for you? That's big.
My next ultra marathon is the Moab 240-mile ultra marathon this October. And this race costs $2,000 to go run. And that is not including travel expenses. And I have a GoFundMe, link in the description if y'all want to help support. All good if not. But yeah, for a shirt, a hoodie, and to go run this race, the Moab 240, cost $2,000. So, but I knew that I wanted to do it if I could get into the lottery for this race. Because like I mentioned, like Courtney Dauwalter, David Goggins, Michael McKnight, all these big ultra runners, like this is the legendary race that they talk about, like one of the hardest ones on the planet. And it has 30,000 feet of elevation gain. It's 240 miles through Utah. And I was like, this is going to be super hard, but if I get the chance to get in, I'm going to do it. Because running just means so much to me that I don't care what I have to sacrifice for it. I'm gonna go do it if I have the opportunity to. Moab 240 coming up in October. Support if you guys want to, but that's what's next. What do you think, Mom?
Exciting, scary.
Yep, it is scary.
It is scary. Don't fall off a cliff.
Once again, guys, thank you so much for 21,000 views. So freaking amazing. Super glad of all you guys that interacted and engaged with this video and were inspired and loved my mom. I mean, how could you not? And yeah, Mom, I probably could not have done it without you there. And I'm so lucky that you're there and support me. And I love you.
I love you too, but you could have done it without me.
No.
It was a great experience.
No.
Great. We'll
I
never
would've died
we'll
if she
never
wasn't
forget
there.
it. It was so fun.
Yeah, for sure. All right, guys, y'all stay tuned in. Thanks for watching. Let's get it.